The General Adventuring Company is a fictional, silly, serious, violent, PG-16 adjacent production that is not for kids. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Welcome to the General Adventuring Company! Today is a mini quest episode, which means new characters, new settings, and special guests! This time it's Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition in my own homebrewed world setting of the Three Kingdoms, but this time set in the wildest of wests. I'm Adam Sowards, today your host and fellow player, and with me is the rest of our wonderful cast of co-hosts, game masters, and guests. Say hello, nerds!
Yeehaw!
Hello! Beautiful. I'm going to be passing it off to our game master for today, our wonderful Julian of Julians. Julian, please take it away.
Hello, or as they say out west, aloha, I think. I'm going to be the dungeon master for this game in this fancy new setting. It's several hundred years in the future. They've got fancy new technology like trains and guns and stuff. I am going to pass it off now to our guest. Phil, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. I'm Phil, also known as Tulok the Barbrarian. I build your favorite fictional characters in Dungeons & Dragons on YouTube, and I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Woo!
Woo! And Matt, our final player for today in this Yeehaw Wild West game, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Matthew Eberle, the one of the editors on the show, and today I'll be a player character. Yes.
Incredible. So without further ado, I think we want to dive right into this adventure. So let's see if these fellas here are the best in the West. Cowboy adventure, yeehaw! Once a prison island meant to contain convicts of the Three Kingdoms, new societies have begun to spring up over the decades, established by folks like the former outlaws and their young descendants. Herds of buffadillo roam between the tumbleweed towns, ranchers ride axe-beaked birds as mounts, and goods are transported with the latest in locomotion technology. If you can risk the threat of bandits and thieves, that is. But if you can't risk that, there's always some son of a gun you could hire for protection. Out here, money talks, and the bang of a Sparkstone pistol talks louder. Welcome to Wild Wild Westmar. The first thing you smell is a nice pint of whiskey being passed around this familiar, comfortable saloon to you. Whether you are in a chair or socializing with the other convicts of the city, this place is like any home to you. There's a whistle in the air, and as you open your eyes, you see a hustle and bustle around you in the Saloon de Lupe, the premier saloon in the city of Felon's Rest. A half-orc woman, the Lupe, that the place is named after, in a large hat with a lot of flowers, walks around with a number of mugs of different alcohol, passing them around to all her patrons, and she shouts to all of them, "Okay, everybody, one at a time, you are going to get your drinks. Just keep it calm." And then she points a finger at the camera and says, "Hey, Billy, make sure that you behave yourself today, all right?" And the camera spins around to a satyr. Adam, please describe your character.
Well, Billy Gamble Westwood is a satyr, which for folks that don't quite know what a satyr is, that's a half goat, half man person. I got a bottom half as a black hair, sort of cloven hooves with spurs on it, wearing a poncho, got a bit of a leathery face, kind of like a Clint Eastwood, sort of handsome, that type of thing. He's got a very thick stubble. He's got a poncho, a leather utility poncho. And he's got two Sparkstone pistols at his hips. And I was saying, oh shit, I was gonna pull out a toothpick from this box. So I was gonna use a toothpick. 1 second.
Billy, you seem like you're scrambling in your utility poncho for something.
Hold on.
You're not getting up to any mischief, are you?
No, he got a toothpick in his mouth, and he's leaning against the bar, and he's got two little horns poking through his hat, and he's tapping his fingers on the bar because he's a bit nervous as he's looking across the saloon. Is there probably like a card table or like a dice table or something
absolutely.
like that?
Absolutely. I was about to say, Billy, you hear the familiar sound of coins and dice clattering on one of the tables, and you hear one man yell, "Shoot! There goes my savings!"
You feel him he's just kind of like talking to himself a little bit. And he's like, well, I mean, if I just did like one hand.
Billy! Lupe the half-orc madam looks to you.
Yeah.
Eyes up, my friend, okay?
Sure thing, friend. I think I need to talk to my doc real quick. Maybe give me a little bit of advice. And I probably turn towards wherever Doc is.
And the camera turns as well with a little, especially cowboy whooshing noise. Maybe it sounds like the wind blowing. Moves over to our next PC that we are going to meet. Matt, can you please describe Doc to us, and what do you think he's doing in this saloon?
So the camera pans over to a beverage. You see it sitting on the bar. And as it slowly scrolls up, we see that it is an ale mug, and inside is steaming milk. And as it pans up further, we see the robes of Julian's face. As the camera pans up earlier.
Hot milk in a desert. That's
You got milk.
It's a choice.
I don't know why I expected anything else.
I'm imagining you order it. Give me it.
First utility
a
poncho
milk.
and now hot milk. You guys keep hitting me with
the
so many
hottest
things.
milk you can.
Give me the hottest milk you've got. Slide it down the table like in Back to the Future. Boom. Down it in one
absolutely.
go.
In
Slide
fact-
it down.
In fact, a second one slides over from Lupe the half-orc bartender, madam of the place, to you, Doc, and she says, I got you covered, my friend, before she continues walking away. And please continue describing your character.
So as the as the mug of ale slides down, a hand reaches out and grabs it, and it's like a kind of regular humanish looking hand, nothing too crazy, maybe a little bit on the scrawnier side, and the camera pans out and you start to see the black cloaks and robes of the priesthood. You see the white collar, and then you see a relatively handsome face. Nothing like too crazy, because our friend is an Asmar here, but he, for all intents and purposes, you wouldn't know it. There's no defining features that are readily apparent. For all intents and purposes, he looks like a human. And he has his spectacles on, his hair's very simple, he's clean, well-shaven, and he's presentable, but he's just like the scrawny little kid, although I would say he's in his mid-20s at this point. Doc is straight up in balls deep in a conversation with Phil about the logic behind peace and how anything can be solved with logic.
Is Phil some just random dude in the bar and not Phil's
I
character?
think Phil might be our third PC. So why doesn't the camera cowboy whoosh over to the other end of the table to meet our third player character? Phil, please describe this character that Doc is talking to.
Howdy, name's Miles Smiles. I can see for miles and miles. I'm a beefy young man. I described my mustache earlier as a toothbrush, but that was inaccurate. It is more like a push broom on a very wide set face.
Wider than your face.
Yeah, it like goes up into the sideburns, sandy blonde hair, so it's all blonde, but it's all kind of dirty. I got a nice chain shirt on that I use to stop the bullets from getting in. And now, Doc, what I want to clarify here is, if I'm not using a weapon, and I were to trip into a feller, and my elbow were to connect with their face in a way that was forceful, not my hands, mind you, my elbow, and that were to collapse their skull, now would that quantify as a violation of peace?
So what you're saying is you're accidentally falling into this individual, right?
Yeah, but I maybe shift my weight and the gravity to put it behind the elbow in a more forceful manner.
Mr. Smiles, it's all about the intention. If it were purely accidental, I mean, that's one thing, but in the situation where your intention, you're shifting your weight, clearly you're intending to do harm. You know, that's two very different principles.
But it's not my hands. It's another part of my body. Now, what about the hip? If I were to climb up on top of, say, a ladder and fall down so that my hip landed on someone's neck and snapped it like a toothpick.
Again, it doesn't matter the type of body part. It's all about the intention behind the action.
But the gravity doesn't have intention. The gravity is just pulling me down to the ground.
Billy walks up. He's like, Doc, what if he was an outlaw? I think then it'd be okay.
Billy, how many times do we... I use you as an example every time. Everybody can be saved. We just have to give them the opportunity and the chance.
Look, I think that's a long place behind me. But fellas, I gotta real quick. I got a demon on my back is kind of rearing its ugly head and kind of whispering at me a bit, and I just I feel like I'm ready. And I look at Doc, giving him like a knowing glance, and be like, I hold up one finger. I'll do just one game. Just one.
Doc, no, we've talked about this. What happens when you do one?
Look. I think we've gone a long ways, right? Miles, Doc, I feel like we've gone a long time since I went into a saloon and lost all my money and.
Oh, this is a metaphorical demon. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were saying it was a.
Well, I mean, I imagine like he's a guy sitting on my shoulder and telling me things, but I mean, you guys can't see him, so I mean,
Doc, he look tough?
Let me tell you, Miles, this is the toughest demon I ever faced in my life.
He bigger than me?
Bigger.
He's big. Okay.
Just like a little bit, though. I mean,
I'm gonna figure out how to see this demon because I can see just about everything. I'm Miles. I gotta ask for Miles.
I mean, Doc, you can see this demon, right? I mean, you said you got one of your own, so I mean, we both got demons in our lives. It's just apparently mine's harder to control.
Some more real than others.
And on that note, there is a clomp of boots as the saloon's owner, Lupe, walks up to the three of you and says, Boys, looks like it's a bit of a somber situation. I'm sorry to interrupt, but think I might have a job for the 3 best cowpokes this side of Felon's Rest. You'd step outside with me for a second. They might be paying for it, and for some, and she glances to Billy, might be retribution.
What are you getting at there, Missy?
Follow me. And Lupe gestures for you all to go through a door in the back, through the kitchen, and out into the sandy lot.
Can I roll some sort of saving throw to resist running to the gambling table or something?
It's going to be this is wisdom. It's going to be a wisdom save, DC 14.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay, I got a 13.
Can I give him advantage since I'm like there with hand on shoulder?
That is
kind of
true.
like pulling him
Fine,
back.
you can roll one more time.
I probably won't get better. I did not get better. That's a 13. I'll be
Billy, the dice compel you.
Fellas, I'm gonna take a leak real quick. I'll meet you out back. I'd like to do a deception.
Yeah, go for it.
That is a hot 11. So
my passive insight 17.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mine's 12.
You see the familiar twitch of Billy's one of your fingers. What finger do you think twitches when you want to gamble, Billy?
Maybe like the middle finger or something, like middle finger, and like
you're like, oh, Billy's slipping back into those demonic tendencies of his.
Well, I'm not gonna let you go to the outhouse by yourself. I'll come with you, Billy.
Yeah, we all need some help in the bathroom.
You know us cowboys, we always go together. Yeah. We always go in groups. That's what they always say about cowboys.
Those who piss together stay together. That's
true.
Sure, let's all go pee. I guess I'll just walk by the table, looking lingeringly at the cards as I'm walking by. Sweating a little bit.
I won so much money gambling! Says the guy as he scoops a bunch of coins up to himself.
I feel like as we're looking through the eye shot of Billy looking at the table, you see Doc's head kind of rise up, and he's in frame now, looking directly into Billy's eyes. About that pee, right, Billy?
Yeah, about that pee. I feel like I need to try as hard as I can to get away from these people, even though just because I failed it.
Can I do like an athletics check to like push him along?
Please.
Absolutely. Strong.
Okay, that's a 22.
Cool. I'll do an acrobatics, I guess, to try to get by. I hope I don't succeed.
Let's see how slippery you are.
It's a social grapple check.
That is a nat 1.
You brutally scoop him up. Maybe you grab his 2 hooves together and dangle him upside down. Entirely your call, Miles.
Hey, I'm just trying to shake it loose. I don't want anything getting stuck on the way in there.
Miles, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but my guns are gonna fall out.
Oh, yeah. Can't have that happening early. Lupe, we'll be back about that job, by the way. We are interested. It's just we want to hit the little Cowboys room
Oh, you
first.
have to go pee. Okay, yep.
Yeah.
I'll just be waiting outside.
You don't want to have to go on a quest with a full bladder.
Ain't that the truth, I assume?
That's one of the rules of the road. Don't go out of the full bladder.
Every time you establish world-building things like rules of the world, I have to write it down. Rule of the road.
Rules of a
#1.
cowboy. Never go out with a full bladder. I don't remember the other one.
Seems
All
like
right.
the least important thing to do when you're just traveling like an empty desert by yourself. Like, oh no, what if well, there aren't outhouses.
You can't be indecent in the desert.
Freshly emptied and freshly cleaned, you guys step outside in the back of the saloon. You see Lupe, the saloon owner, in her wide hat, and you also see a lizard folk friend of yours. He's got a cowboy hat on, he's got a leather vest on. You know this guy as Zanza. He is a lizard folk rancher, and he waves to you all and he goes, "G'day, friends. Glad to see that we could find you in the best place that we could always find you, eh?"
Howdy, friend.
Howdy. We like to be easy to find.
Absolutely. Well, for many reasons, I thank the skies that you are. I've got a mission for you, fellas. Remind me your group name again, by the way. Slipped my mind.
Billy just kind of looks down at his feet, a little bit embarrassed.
Regrettably, the Sons of Gun.
Sons of Gun, not Sons of a Gun. Sons of Gun, a singular.
Sons of gun, yeah. So one single gun, 3 sons.
Yeah. To be clear, I voted against it, but I was overruled.
I'm not proud of what I did.
I'm persuasive.
But I'll stick to it.
You're not proud of what you did in general, or in regards to this name, Billy?
You see him look off into the distance.
That 1,000-yard stare again. You seem to be doing that a lot today.
I don't think I can ever go back, he says to himself.
Like slow piano keys come in, like
you see him actually like fiddling with something in his pocket. It seems like something like sort of like thin. He hasn't pulled it out of his pocket. He does it quite a lot when he's staring off into the distance.
All right. Mysterious piano music coming from the bar. We do have a Thrykeen playing the piano, so quite a lot of arms for those notes.
Did you all hear that music too? I thought that was just me.
Fellas,
anyway,
you've transported a number of herd animals for me and protected them from bandits and beasts. I've got a very special one for you today. You are, of course, familiar with Buffadillo, the herd animal of our island. A little bit of buffalo, a little bit of armadillo, nasty beasts, but fantastic resources.
Very true.
The mission's going to be a little bit different today. And Zanza steps to the side. Behind him is a young Buffadillo calf, like you've seen before, about 3 foot high. However, this one has strange markings on its armadillo-like shell that look like swirling curves, and in addition to its normal set of horns, it has another curvier set of horns atop its head.
Well, if I be a dog, I've never seen anything like that before.
I thought you were a goat, mate. I
mean,
sure haven't seen anything like this before.
No, back in my earlier days, I helped a couple of hands out with their herd, but I ain't never seen nothing like this. You all seen something like this before, Father?
Can I either make like a religion or nature?
Please make a religion check for me.
With pleasure. 18.
All right, 18. Doc, you know the significance of this creature. You know that Buffadillo with 4 horns are born maybe once in 100 years. It's not just a biological rarity, but these creatures are very important to the people of the island of Westmar, specifically the people that got here before the prisoners were sent here. So Zanza starts to speak to all of you and says, you know, lizard folk are not really native to the Three Kingdoms. Most of us come from islands like this. Bit of an indigenous society, if you will, and there's a lot of significance to a creature like this. They're not born very often, and having one born here, domesticated, in Felon's Rest, well, I think it's only right for me and my people to get this thing transported out to my my friends, my family out in the Badlands. This creature's very valuable, though. It's gonna need protection, but I think that if you are able to transport it safely, we can possibly establish some sort of peace between the indigenous people of the island and the felons that came here, sent due to not my business, due to whatever reasons you were sent to the island of Westmar in the first place. Could be very important to fight against the darkness taking over our continent.
Have like out of character, has like the indigenous people and pretty much everyone else in Westmar, have they like always kind of been like at war or something with each other?
Tense.
Like
Zanza is of indigenous bloodlines, as you know, just because he's a friend of yours. And largely the issue is that with more felons being sent to the island of Westmar, the villages and towns are expanding and slowly pushing native people into areas like the Badlands.
All right.
So maybe by establishing peace, there might be some way for you all to work together.
A four-horned buffadillo. How does that get us peace?
Largely the significance of a creature like this. This isn't just a normal animal. It's said that it has the power to control the wind. I haven't seen it myself, but this is said to be some sort of a sacred creature born once every 100 years. So I suggest you take good care of it.
Was there any sort of prophecy leading up to this?
Largely just things passed down generation to generation.
Okay.
If you're asking if there's a prophecy of 3 adventurers set to guide it or anything, afraid not. If this thing gets taken, I think that's it.
I was just wondering if you were forewarned about the four-horn.
You know, I don't believe I was forewarned about the four-horn, but I am forlorn that I wasn't forewarned about the four-horn.
Well, you folks are speaking in $3 words. That is a lot, I'll just say right now.
What's the hell's a dollar?
I don't know. I thought I was meant to say gold coin, but dollar felt better.
I think I'm going to walk up to the little buffadillo and kind of like go down on a knee. I'm going to kind of start petting it. And I guess I kind of want to see if I can establish a relationship with it. So maybe like moving forward, we can...
Maybe like go on a coffee date or something.
Yeah.
Talk about their past.
Make an animal handling check. See if you can get attached to the hip with this thing.
Another 18.
Okay. You look into the eyes of this creature. Doc, there is a brief moment where you see a flickering shine in its eyes, but you're not sure if you saw it or if it was just in your head. But the creature does seem to recognize a kind spirit within you.
Can I step aside with, I think it was Lupe that brought us over here. Pardon me, ma'am, can I have a word?
Absolutely. Step on over, Billy.
You said something about retribution.
I did.
What? I'd be appreciative if you were to elaborate a bit.
And as you ask that question, Billy...
Oh, shit. Tarnation!
You take 10 points of piercing damage.
What? Oh my god!
A bullet fires through the back of your shoulder blade. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh,
let's go.
First battle of the day!
Oh no!
I crave violence!
Yes! The initiative order is going to be Billy, Miles, Doc, and then... Who the hell just shot you in the shoulder? Billy!
Yeah.
You go first. I will tell you what you notice. You notice, hiding in the barrels behind the saloon, you see 2 gunmen ducked behind.
Okay.
They have cover right now.
I guess, could I maybe do a perception or something to see if I notice anything like maybe like signifiers or something like that on them, like if they're wearing like a
You don't have to
uniform
make
or
a
anything
perception.
like that. Okay.
They are unmarked.
Ooh, okay. So some banditos, some outlaws or something. Okay. So, what is around me? What do I see? So like the saloon's like over here or something like that.
Yep. Saloon door. There's a stack of 3 barrels on either side of the saloon door.
Okay. So there's like the door there or something like that.
Mm-hmm. And you guys are off into the backyard area.
Okay.
And there's a shed further behind you guys.
Okay, so like a shed over here.
Yep.
Or something like that. And the bad guys are over near the saloon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. As I'm trying to go behind trying to get behind a barrel to get some cover, I will pull out, quick draw my pistols and just kind of fire them off, trying to hit both of them as much as I can.
Go for it.
Does an 18 hit?
An 18 is gonna hit.
Does a 17 hit?
A 17 does hit.
Okay, cool. And they're like right next to each other, right?
They're on either side of the door here.
Okay, so I can do sneak attack on one of them.
You can do sneak attack on one.
Amazing. For all the people that are listening, I'm a 3 levels of a rogue swashbuckler, and we kind of modified the rakish audacity for more of like a dueling thing, a range dueling rather than a melee dueling thing. 14 damage to one of them with the sneak damage.
All right, we'll say that's the one on the left of the door.
Dope. Yeah, let's do that. And then the other one, oh, nice. The other one is 13 damage. With the rest of my movement, I will try to duck behind that barrel to give me as much coverage as I can. As I'm like holding my back, like, oh shit, shooting off.
This happens in the course of just a few seconds because, Billy, you are used to stuff like this. Something hits you in the shoulder. You, in response, twirl your guns, shoot each of these guys. There's shouts of pain, and you duck behind one of the barrels.
Oh, shit, everyone get down!
Next in the order is Miles. What do you do? There are 2 gunmen hiding behind barrels right now. They do have cover, and they're trying to make it hard for themselves to be seen.
You know, it's funny that you say they're behind barrels, because I'm barreling in.
Is this Donkey Kong over here?
I would like to charge in and go full on Donkey Kong on them. How tall are these barrels stacked?
These barrel stacks, they stack up to about 8 feet.
Oh,
that's my jump height.
Are you kidding me?
Run and jump up on top of the barrels and then start smacking. No cover for you, folks. Ooh. That's a 12 on the first one.
Ooh,
not gonna do it, I'm afraid.
Second one. Second attack. A 15.
15? Yeah, if their AC is 15, but you surpass their cover, so yes, this attack is going to hit.
Perfect. I'm going in like both of my arms outstretched trying to like clothesline them.
Absolutely.
The first one, I misjudged his height. Arm goes right over. Second one though, oh yeah, I know where that is. It's gonna be a 7 damage from the clothesline of the arm. Boom.
Well, he had 6 HP, so Billy, how do you finish this guy off? Do you do it lethally, non-lethally? Please describe what happens.
Oh, lethally. I'm going in and I like miss the other one. I'm like, oh shoot. And then I look over at the other one and my arm just like takes his head off.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
There is a spray of blood from the guns that just slam, guns being arms in this case, slam through this guy's head.
Billy, I think you loosened the top on that old jar of pasta sauce.
I mean, it wouldn't be a spaghetti western without it.
Without some spaghetti.
Doc is going to kind of look at everything, look at the situation.
Get down, Doc. What are you doing?
He is going to use Little Healer. Creature of your choice that you see within range regains hit points, a d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier times 2. So we're going to hit Billy with a little bit of heals. Since my ability modifier is 4, that's going to be 8 plus 2, so 10 HP. Back to you, boy.
Hey! Back up to full.
And then I will immediately drape myself over the calf, or the baby... Not
Buffadillo.
Buffadillo.
So, drape yourself? Are you literally draping yourself over the animal?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Dockled Draper.
What do your spells look like? Like when you cast them? I'm always curious about what people's descriptions are of like their specific type of magic and stuff.
We mentioned in character creation, it was a little white, fluffy, and milky, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
it's very,
everything is milk.
It really is. It's just like
Wait, there's a milk motif with this character? How did this happen?
You pass me a milkshake and I just down it real quick. I love milkshakes.
And it's buffadillo milk, so it's like gamey milk.
Very gamey.
Gamey milk?
Yeah, it's got a nice
Ew.
gamey texture.
What does that mean?
Doc, you successfully heal your ally and give the baby buffadillo cover. Anything else you'd like to do this turn?
Got a milk mustache.
All right.
Nope.
It's
That's
pulpy
it.
milk.
Oh,
Pulpy?
yeah. No. That's it for this turn. That's all the actions I can do.
All right. With that, it moves to the Outlaws. You see Lupe and Zanza duck behind back near the tool shed out back, but the Outlaw doesn't have his pistols pointed at them. He's got two, kind of like you, Billy, and he's looking around to the group and he says, "You all have pissed off the wrong people. Burnin' Bill Braxton is coming for you!" And he's gonna fire 2 shots at Mike. Does a 22 hit you by chance?
Yeah, that does. That'll do
All
it.
right. How about a 16?
16 will not.
All right.
Or no, 16 will. Sorry, 16 will.
Oh! Unfortunately, the session 0 is over, and you bang take a total of 10 points of piercing damage, finding, maybe they find purchase in your arms, the least chainmailed part of you.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and use a telekinetic shunt deflection on that with my psychical powers. And I'm gonna reduce that damage by 5 plus my intelligence, 8.
Damn.
Please describe what you look like when you cast your psychic powers, by the way. Does your mustache twitch?
I think what it is there's a little wind that blows through my mustache. My telekinesis. No, my telepathy. My telepathy connects me to this outlaw's mind. And my telepathy lets me know where they're going to be shooting. So I kind of can dodge and just get a little skim instead of a little kabam.
I'm gonna shoot him in the arms, echoes through your head.
Ow! That still, that stings a bit. That still stings a bit.
I had a beau that lived in telepathy.
Telepathy.
You're supposed to be the high-end member of the party here.
Day, I'm self-taught. I'm a book-learned psychic.
Right.
Or I'm a street smart psychic.
You got a lot in common with my friend. This is probably an earlier conversation we had. Like, I had a friend named Roscoe. He was a good book learned person too. So
Yeah, I read the words, so then I pronounce them in my head, and then someone's like, "It's pronounced serious," and I'm like, "What? I thought it was serious."
If you read so good, I think it'd be really good if you taught me. Yeah, I can get by, but sometimes I look at signs and I'm like, what in the hell?
Are we having this conversation in the past or in the present?
I think
it's like a flashback, like as the bullet's ripping through. I'm like, I don't remember when I talked about telepathy.
Amazing. On that note, we will move over to the top of the order. Billy, it's your turn. This gunman is looking stressed. He is looking hurt. He actually uses his movement to try and run away into the wilderness.
Amazing. So what I'd like to do, I think first, because of my instincts of my past career, I look towards our friends Zanza and Lupe, and are they like behind cover? Are they safe for right now?
They are ducked behind the shed, and it's pretty obvious the gunman doesn't care about them.
All right. So what I'd like to do is I would like to not move so I get advantage on this shot. And I'd like to
steady aim.
Aim at this person that's running away, and I'll be like, not the man I was before, but I can still stop bad guys. And I would like to shoot, the gun out of his hand.
All right.
Because I want to do that.
Sure.
So I'll roll for that. Oh! My friends, that was a natural 20.
Our first crit of the game! Yeehaw!
Pew, 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 pew.
Billy, an absolutely flawless pew. Where do you want this pistol to go? You are in control with a roll like that. Do you want it to go flying and land in your other hand?
Yeah, I think that'd be... well, I already have 2 guns out, so I'd like it to land in my mouth.
Absolutely.
Play One Piece, Zoro.
Yes. And do you want to do the critical damage like how I do in my games, or how do you want to do it?
Let's For the people, we'll do it in your games, but for the people, like we do in your games, just for the people, explain what that system is.
Okay, so basically, whatever your normal dice is, it's just the max of that, and then you roll the dice again. So like if it's like for sneak attack, it's like 2d6 right now, so that'd be 12 damage, but I rolled the 2d6 on top of that. Because a lot of times I think when you just roll 4 dice, sometimes you can still end up with ones and it really sucks. So I feel like this is a little bit more exciting, because like when you do get a crit, you're like, oh yeah, I gotta do all this crazy amount of damage.
Is it still a disarming strike if you shoot their arm off?
Yeah.
Technically
That is,
speaking.
you have disarmed them.
So... that is 48 damage.
All right, let's rethink this crit system a little bit. How do you non-lethally obliterate this, man?
I think okay. I do have an idea. So I shot him, and I feel like, maybe. Can there be like a little like mini like water tower, like a watering, or like it's the thing that holds the water for the water trough for horses that's right now, like right next to it. So my idea is I shoot the gun, and then it like flies out of his hand, and like the bullet that ricocheted off the gun hit the water trough, and like the little spout thing falls down and just runs face first into the trough, knocking him completely out, like just straight unconscious as soon as he like flips, and then boom.
You Final Destination him.
Yeah.
The gun is knocked out of his arms, and through some stroke of expert marksmanship, you bang, whack him in the head with the water trough, and he falls backwards onto the ground. You are now out of initiative.
Cool.
So, Doc, you're saying that when I came off of those barrels and my arm connected with this outlaw's head, and then the outlaw's head came off, that counts as violence?
Yes.
Okay, we might have to take it back to square one, to step one of this square dance, because I'm.
Does anyone else need another gun? I spit the gun out of my mouth.
While Doc is talking, he's going over to both the villains, and he's casting Spare the Dying on each.
Oh, come on.
The one that got his head decapitated is dead. Mechanics be damned, he is decapitated.
Spare him.
But you absolutely can spare the dying on the one that got bonked.
So the one that his head is on the ground, Doc's just like, this is fine. This is fine. He kind of puts the head back onto
Hey, Doc, make
the body.
Make a real quick wisdom saving throw for me, by the way, while you're doing this.
Oh, snap.
This is fine. This is fine. That's 19.
Doc, there is a brief moment as you look at this carnage where something in your ASMR blood starts to tremble, but it goes away. You're able to hold it down.
Oh my goodness.
I think as that happens, Doc panics a little bit and blows a 3rd level Revivify to bring this guy back to life.
Do you like put his head back towards his body?
Yeah, legit.
Oh my god.
Legit. Doc's like, this is fine. It starts off like this is fine. And then as that starts happening, this is fine. He just starts to like swell with his radiant energy, and just like this milky cloud, ethereal, kind of appears around the body and envelops it, and then you see the start knitting back together one little piece at a time until you see just the breath
and
come
as
back.
he breathes, he goes, why do I taste milk?
I feel like I take the toothpick out of my mouth and I'm like, Doc, dear God, I just...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Billy, we just have to turn to God.
Miles, that was some fine fighting. I'd never seen someone go at those. You with your hands. He holds up his hand. I
You
never.
got your
I never
guns, I
been-
got mine. I thought it was a particularly bad decapitation that we did to that feller, but
I mean, hell, I don't think I can decapitate a fella with my guns here, but you did it with your bare arms, and that's something to be proud of. I
hey,
think.
You can shoot stuff that's across the distance. I can rip people's heads off, and Doc can stitch them back on. That's why we're the sons of gun. You know, that's why we're the best in the West.
Have you ever thought of maybe like throwing someone? Because I feel like you could have some good range stuff too. Because I mean, you're a tough guy.
I think if I did the decapitation and then I took the head, and then I could use that as an improvised missile.
I think that's you're smart. You're a smart fella. I think you're a smart fella.
While they're talking, Doc comes over and grabs Miles and just kind of pulls him by the arm and just sits him down on the newly revivified body, and then casts Zone of Truth so the person can't move, or casts Zone of Truth. He puts Billy on him so he can't move, or he puts puts Miles on him so he can't move, and says, "Billy, you want to take over from here?"
Yeah, shit, man. Every time you do that sparkly magic finger stuff, that just creeps me the hell out. I'm going to bring this partner over here, too. And I go and get the other guy that knocked himself out, and I'll drag his body over towards the circle.
Sure.
And be like, all right, friends. And I'll get down close to the guy that... Are they both conscious? Or is it just that one?
At this point, they have both woken up.
Okay.
Zanza and Lupe are making sure that baby Buffadillo is fine and running off to do other business. Lupe shuts the door to the saloon to make sure nobody else can come out back. Okay.
Doc turns his back around, sits down, and plugs his ears and goes, la, 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 la.
I'm like, hey, Miles, I think you know what to do from here. I think we have some sort of, like, rapport that we've done in the past or something like that.
If y'all don't want to be decapitated here again, maybe you just tell us a little bit about your boss and the guy who sent you down here.
I don't want to tell you nothing.
Do you remember when your head came off of your body?
Make an intimidation roll with advantage.
Yeah. Okay.
We're doing old good sheriff, bad sheriff.
Wow. Glad that I had advantage, because that went from a 5 to a 6.
Woo! Miles, this man spits in your face.
Okay, look, I might not say the words right, but they're still scary, okay? They're still scary.
Oh, he's trembling. He is just, it's like scared anger that's going on right now.
Yeah.
I'd like to pistol whip him, cause he spit in my friend's face.
Sure. No need to roll for that, just poof! You see a tooth clatter to the ground.
I'd be like, alright, so I guess it's bad sheriff now.
Yeah, we're both bad at our jobs.
Yeah. Wait.
I'm bad at everything.
No. Hold on. I take Miles aside for a second. I'm like, no, we're good at our job. I mean, right? I mean, you're really good.
Sorry, I'm not. Idiom's kind of.
Yeah. Hey. We got this, man.
This is us.
Yeah, this
is your job. You got this. You're scary.
No, you good. You're scary. Who's the scary man?
I'm scary.
You're the scary man. Yeah.
I'm scary.
The two outlaws look slowly at each other and then back to you guys.
All right, you sons of guns. Why are you trying to kill us? All right.
The one who hasn't spoken yet says, "Maybe we're more afraid of someone than we're afraid of you."
What was the name that they said to us?
Burnin' Bill Braxton.
Burnin'.
Yeah,
and you don't have to roll for this. Burnin' Bill Braxton is the name of a very hard to find assassin. As far as you know, he mostly operates out in the sandy wilderness of Westmar, doing odd jobs. Usually hunting down targets. Usually ones who have wronged powerful people. Like you guys, he operates with money.
Okay. I'll hold the barrel of my gun underneath the guy's chin and be like, so you said Burnin' Bill Braxton, right?
Maybe I did.
Where's
his accent going? I forgot where it was 10 seconds ago.
Hey, don't look at me. We don't have to focus on no accent, all right?
What are you talking?
The kind of accent that I want to know is... Okay, this analogy doesn't work.
Who sent you after us? Why did?
Thank you, Miles. Thank you.
Why
Miles.
did Burnin' Bill Braxton accent you after us?
Exactly. Maybe you should accentuate. No, I still don't have it. Miles, take it over.
Yeah. So we're picking up the accent of Burnin' Bill Braxton.
Yeah.
And so you're assassins who were hired by an assassin.
Is that if we
Is this like a pyramid scheme of assassination?
Is this like when we assume we make an ass out of you and me for assassins? Nah, still doesn't work. Tell us where he is. Why is he got for us? Intimidation. Roll.
Go for it.
Okay.
I feel like if this works, he's more intimidated by just the random cacophony of shit they're saying than the actual situation.
Yeah.
19.
19. These guys just look confused at this point, but then the gun is really the nail in the coffin, and he goes, your debts have come to hunt you down, Billy Gamble. And you! And his eyes turn to Doc, who has his ears plugged. We know about what you are, witch man. We know. And you! And he turns to Miles.
Which man? Which man?
Yeah, him.
Be
He's
more
the
specific, son, when you're
he's
pointing.
He's the witch man because he's got black magic.
Oh, okay.
And
I've
you!
been called the witch too, so okay, yeah. No, me. My turn. Okay.
Other witch man, Miles.
Yeah.
Miles, he's for Miles and Miles.
I do.
You. Well, you're just a thorn in the side of the wrong people.
Yeah, I've been told I have a thorny streak.
What?
I think everyone just kind of turns like, what?
I don't know. I've heard he's good at making a point.
Grab the scruff of this guy and bring him close. I'm like, I hate that nickname. And I want to knock him out with the gun.
Woo! Boom! And he falls clattering to the ground. At this moment, Lupe, the saloon owner, runs back. She's got some rope and she says, I'm going to tie up these boys and see if I can turn them into any sort of authorities. I think you guys need to get on the road really quick. It seems like, well, you're not just being haunted by outlaws. You're being haunted by ghosts. Literally. Yeah. Or figuratively, I meant to say. Probably not literal ghosts. So you'd probably get on the road.
Shit, I didn't think about ghosts. First I got demons, then we got ghosts, and then we got assassins. How many people were going to be after us? I don't think I deal with all that. Lupe, I don't know if you're going to be safe here. I think maybe you all should probably leave town for a couple of days as well. Don't want
maybe I should. And she looks to you, Miles, and she says, you think, Miles, you're an excellent fortune teller. Any thoughts about where I should go from here?
Oh, of course. Give me a second here. Now, here's the place of danger. And they know that you know that this place is dangerous.
They do know that I know, yes.
So they wouldn't expect you to stay put now, would they?
Because I know that they know that I know.
Because they know you know they know.
But do they know that you know that they know?
See, it's what's called a double bluff. Where you pretend that your cards are good so that people think that your cards are bad, but your cards are actually good.
Billy, I think your finger
twitches. Yeah, I was like, I need to roll another wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, Miles is not allowed to play cards because he has telepathy. So he just, anytime he plays, it's not fair, and he gets beat up. So
I feel like Billy was like, whenever, because he tries to not gamble, but whenever he does go to a town with money, he usually ends up gambling and usually ending up getting a duel with someone. So he likes to like ask you like, hey, what do you think these cards will be that I'm getting? But I don't know if you tell him or if you do tell him or something like that, but it never ends up working out.
Yeah, I think I would help you gamble.
Okay, amazing. I rolled a 13 for my save.
That's enough for now. The DC is low this time just because it's a pressing situation.
All right.
You're able to hold it back as you are especially thinking about what got you into your gambling debts in the first place.
Doc kind of turns around and he's got a very forced smile, or I suppose he's smiling. If you guys want to make an insight check, you can. But it is a bit of a forced smile, and he looks back towards Buffalo. All right, guys, yeah, we should probably get on the road and, see if we can bring peace to the island. I mean, what better way to serve?
Yeah.
Well, you know I'm working on my piece. And now that we've all said our piece, let's hit that road.
Yes.
So you're going to peace out, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. On that note, Zanza the lizard folk brings 3 axe beaks over to you, which are these large ostrich-like birds with sharp beaks, and he says, "These creatures have been domesticated. They are good riding animals. They can go for a very long time without food or water. This will help speed up the journey. The buffadillo is young, not as heavy as the older one, so it should decently be able to keep up with you all. You might just have to go a little bit slower."
All right.
Sure.
If you're able to do this, Billy, we, my people, will clear your debts with the McCarty brothers.
Hold on. He holds up his hand. He's like, "Well, that's a pretty penny right there, and I don't know if I can."
There's no penny that ain't pretty enough a piece, Billy. Don't you worry about it.
You certain?
Just make sure you don't get killed out there.
All right. Well.
Yeah, it'd be rough if they killed you right after your debt got settled.
Yeah,
I mean,
sad twist of fortune. That'd be a very sad ending to something, wouldn't it?
I look at Miles, and I feel like I see this. Miles reminds me a lot of this friend that's probably in deep water because of me, and it kind of reminds me of him a lot. And I'm like, if I can clear the debts, I don't really care what happens to me after that. That's right.
And there's a whistle through the air, and the next shot we see is you all on these axe beaks. Mark off a long rest for you guys, because this is going to be quite a bit of travel. However, I do want one of you to roll a survival check to see how these days of traveling on the road go. You are all trotting along on your ostrich-like axe beaks. This baby buffadillo is following closely behind Doc's. Doc, is the creature on any sort of leash, or are you just having it walk next to you freely?
I don't believe in leashes, so it's walking freely.
All right, Doc, where are we heading?
Doc kind of pulls out the map, and we can role play through this if we want. I'll make the roll real quick. That is going to be a 14 for a survival check.
Okay. All right. So you carry on your way. You hear like the twisting of wind in the distance. You think there might be some sort of tornado or something, but you look and it just seems to be a dust cloud passing you by. You continue on the rest of the day fairly unabated.
So, Miles, how do you and Doc meet? I know Doc kind of got me out of a sticky situation, but how'd you folks meet on the road? Don't think I ever heard that story.
Well, it's a good old one. See, me and Doc, we're both kind of tangentially connected to the occult. Now, sometimes people want someone with a little psychic intuition to handle their demonic issues. Sometimes they want a priest. And so, a psychic and a priest walk into a bar. And the bartender, he looks at us and he says, "What is this, some kind of joke?"
Are you telling me that it started off like the oldest joke in the book? Well, I'll tell you what. Well, that's a fun way to meet, I'll tell you.
We just needed a goat man. Now if we walk into a bar, that'll be 3. Rule 3s.
And then I won't know the punchline to that, but well, yeah, okay. I'm just gonna keep on going on my little axe beat horse thing. You guys are good at the punchlines. I'm good at shooting, I guess.
Well, Doc,
shooting and missing.
You've just got naturally good tracking abilities and animal handling abilities. I feel like you really got those wrangler genes in you.
Levi. Sorry. I think I saw a fly. I'm sorry. Leave a fly alone. Yeah, shoot.
It's not so much that wrangling comes naturally. It's just when you find your sense of self, you can start to comprehend the wider sentience of things and how everything is connected together. And so it allows me kind of an insight into how creatures think, kind of like good ways to go, because you can commune with nature almost. Not so much in a druidic fashion, but just kind of a oneness, how all things are connected.
As you start talking about how all things are connected, your axe beak goes, and then the baby buffadillo goes, like a soft little moo.
Music of the desert.
Yeah, you see what I mean? We're all just one big family. And that's why you can always talk things out. You know, there is a logical conclusion that can be found. It doesn't always have to result in violence. I keep telling you guys this.
Doc, there's some people that are just bad. There's some people that are good, and there's some people that deserve a chance, and I think you're going to get hurt one day if you don't. Well, I guess that's why we're here. Watch your back, I guess.
Heck yeah.
That's right. Yeehaw!
Yeah, but
Power of friendship. There's like a galloping sound as the three of you and the baby buffadillo continue on this quest. You set up camp for the night. Doc, you said that you are the one most adept in setting up tents.
Yep.
We can all set up tents. We're just like, oh no, Doc's the best at it. Doc should do it.
He's so good at it.
Oh, man,
He's so good
Yeah.
at it. I hate that I put my feet up here, and then I'm just laying down under the straw. I hate that I'm doing it, but Doc.
But my coccyx hurts and like
Yeah.
my sit bone. Oh, it's just real
He's got
sore.
that peace domain work ethic that just makes him want to set up the tents, and I'd hate to take it away from him.
I mean, he doesn't take out the rage during combat, so he takes it out when setting up stuff and cooking the
Driving
beans.
those stakes into the ground. Oh, you see the anger getting out.
Ooh, them's carrots.
And Doc, is the anger getting out as you're driving these stakes into the ground, or are you just a nice boy? Please, please tell the people.
It's like a scene from Snow White. Doc is like the whistling dwarf.
An axe peak brings you a rope.
Yep. Exactly.
These giant, horrifying murder chickens are just helping you set up the tents. Nobody really knows how it started.
A wandering tumbleweed skeleton helps you out.
Yeah, the final stake is like driven into place by a rogue tumbleweed that just bounces off of it.
That heavy
Amazing.
tumbleweed.
And you guys set up camp for the night. Anything you want to do before you head to sleep for the night?
I'll just, in my tent, pull out the thing in my pocket and I'll look at it. And I guess the camera can see that it's a dusty old sheriff's badge that I'm looking at. And I'm just kind of thumbing it. And I put it away and I'm like, I guess I'll never go back. Being really dramatic to myself.
There's another whistle and soft piano keys in the distance, but this time you know it's just for you. And you guys drift off to sleep. Can everyone please make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Shit. Well, tarnations. Oh,
Keep
balls.
rolling it under my keyboard.
Doc, you are the only one who does not have a peaceful night of sleep. The other two actually snooze very peacefully.
Yeah.
Doc, in the blackness of your dreams, you hear a familiar war drum just going doom, 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 and you find yourself waking up. Realizing that it's just a dream, you think everything is okay, but then you hear a rumbling in the distance. You don't know what it is, but it seems to fade out. And it's quiet again.
I look over at the animals and see if they've noticed anything or if they've been disturbed in their sleep.
You see that the young buffadillo calf, seated on its legs like a cat that is loafing, its eyes are still just wide open. They kind of glimmer white for a second. No other reaction.
Just real quick, I want to make a perception check.
Sure.
Just to look around, see if there's anything that caused that specifically that I can see.
Go for it.
That's going to be a 17.
You know that whatever made that sound is surely days off from where you guys are.
I kind of take note of it, and I don't know that I want to go back to sleep for the night, so I think I'm just going to kind of sit kind of staring at the fire and kind of contemplating.
Okay. There is another wind that blows over the campsite. And the rest of the night passes peacefully. And you're off. You're up and you're ready to go another day. I need one more survival check from somebody different this time to see how you guys do on the road.
We'll shoot. I'll look at.
I have
Miles.
+1 survival.
I as well. Let's rock, paper, scissors. Wait, what would be the fantasy version of rock, paper, scissors?
I mean, paper exists. So
No, it doesn't.
No, it does.
I get
Papyrus has never been invented.
Papyrus, shears, and rock.
Papyrus, shears, and stone.
Papyrus, shears, and stone. Papyrus, shears, stone, shoot. Okay,
Still
so I
say
guess.
shoot.
So I
Stone
guess
always wins.
You
You
win.
always
So you
go
do
stone.
want me to roll, or do you want?
I'll roll. I'll roll for it, and I'm gonna roll it over on the right here, so that it doesn't go under my keyboard. But I do hit my lamp. 15.
Okay.
Hey, did better than Doc.
Miles, the next few days on the road go okay. You feel like you're about halfway through your journey. The wind picks up again, though, and you're like, huh, that's a bit of a stronger wind than normal. A tumbleweed darts across your path, but it's going very quickly. And then another one. And then a dust cloud starts to kick up in the vicinity of you guys. Miles, because you rolled high enough on that survival check, you are not surprised as these clouds of dust and tumbleweed twist into an air element.
Oh no!
Roll initiative. First in the initiative order, we got Billy. Billy, what do you do?
We got air elementals. I don't know if they're friend or foe, but let's err on the side of caution.
Oh, there's tornado folk. And
With a high enough survival check, Miles, this thing is looking for blood.
Oh shoot. I guess I'll be like, I guess instinctually I'll pull out my pistols and just fire. But then afterwards I'm gonna ask Doc something.
Sure.
So
When you think about it, every time we breathe, we're killing one of this thing's brothers.
how many are there? Are there two?
It's just one.
Oh,
but
just one.
big.
Okay.
It is big, though.
Oh Jesus.
Like a
so-
giant humanoid figure formed out of whirling winds and dust. It is in front of you. You hear it go, unless any of you speak Orin, then you got nothing.
Jesus. I'm
I
imagining.
don't, but I'm gonna call you Wendy.
Amazing.
They got old-fashioned burgers. Okay, so I got a 14 to hit.
Yeah, believe it or
Okay.
not the highest AC.
And then the next one, well, I mean, I guess the next one hits as well because I rolled a 12 and I have +7. So I guess that's 25 total.
Yep.
I think. So just instinctually, I'm like, oh shit, and just like shoot off from the hip, and then I like look at it and I want to steer my axe beak away. As I'm like looking over my shoulder, I'm like, Doc, what in the hell's that? What is that? As I'm like just holding one pistol out, as I'm like looking and I'm trying to move my axe beak as far away from this thing as I can.
Axebeak is fast. Axebeak has big movement speed. I'm just saying they move on your turn. You can go up to... Well, the Axebeak's not making an attack, so it's dashing. So you've got 100 feet of movement if you want.
Oh, gee. Okay, I'll move 50
These are mobile
feet.
encounters here. These are mobile encounters here.
Oh, we're rolling.
Well, actually, I will. Can I like hold my movement until everyone else goes? Because I mean, our goal is to protect.
I can have the Axebeak hold its movement.
Okay,
yes.
dope, awesome. So yeah, so I'll like wherever the group is going to go, I want to move with them because I need to protect the buffadillo.
Right.
But my goal is to move away. But yeah, so that's my turn. I pull out the pistols, fire, and I look over my shoulder. I'm like, Doc, what the hell are we dealing with? What tarnations is that? And that's my turn.
Well, I know priority numero uno is keeping this buffadillo safe. So I'm gonna try and catch the wind.
Are you gonna try to grapple the wind?
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna try and grapple the wind.
This is like the Disney's animated Hercules when he grabs the
I
tornado.
was thinking that
and
this
spins it
tornado,
around.
yeah.
Yes. Oh my god.
So we're gonna try and catch the wind. Okay, that's 19.
Woo! All right, let's see how it does on its strength check. It has decent strength, and it rolled a natural 5. So, Miles, how do you grapple the wind?
I think I just well, I understand that it's wind in the air, and I understand the best way to do that is to take a deep breath. So I go, and try and like grab it while breathing in. But I think really just taking the deep breath gives me the extra strength I need to catch it. And then I'll use my extra attack to attack it again.
Alrighty, roll to hit.
Grabbing the wind.
15?
Gonna hit.
Perfect.
Roll that damage. Unless it is magical, it's gonna be halved.
It is not magical. It's gonna deal 5 cut to 2. So 2 damage, bludgeoning damage. Ah! I know what I need to do. And then I'm gonna add a little force damage with one of my psi-bolstered strikes. Which is gonna be an extra 9 force damage. As I like headbutt it. That doesn't quite work, so then I use my brain power and I put a little magical energy around my head to really drive it home.
Grappled between your guns and then headbutted with your psychic energy, the air elemental is knocked backwards, its arms flail behind it before they reform from the wind.
Yeah, I bet you were really blown away by that one.
If you spoke Orin, it's probably saying, "You bitch," something like that.
How dare they?
How dare it. It is now the air elemental's turn. Miles, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Sure. I am proficient. 12?
You have to hit a 13.
Oh, poop.
Miles, you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage and you are flung 20 feet away in to the east. You are... I'm gonna say this does get you to release the grappled elemental during its whirlwind.
Yeah, that seems about right.
So the humanoid figure of the air elemental spins around into a tornado. Miles, you try to hold on and boom! You are launched 20 feet away. Your axe beak is launched as well. Does it survive? Your axe beak is looking hurt.
Oh no!
Oh no.
From this toss. You and your creature both land separate
Oh,
from each
you
other.
know what? Can I use my reaction? I want to put up some psychic defense on my axe beak because it's within 30 feet of me.
Go for it. You can release
So
that
it's gonna take 7 less damage, the axe beak.
Wow, okay, so it's still in single digit HP, but significantly more. The axe beak is cushioned by a brief psychic blow, and you just slam into the ground beside it.
I've heard of tornadoes. I think that was a tornado.
Whatever it did, it tornado hurt.
Yeah, tornado hurt. What tornation?
What tornation? They gave me just. Oh no, I was gonna say testicular torsion, but that's. I was like, some people might.
I mean, it's a twist.
What a twist!
God damn it, Phil.
This is why you guys aren't allowed outside. Doc, it's your turn.
I think he is going to expend a second level spell slot, and he is going to cast Bless on all 4 of us, including the baby armadillo. That's D4 to any attack rolls and saving throws. I'm going to take the axe beak, and we're going to start moving away from the tornado.
Okay, so you're just trying to run away from the thing.
So, like, if we're in the middle, is it coming from the west of us, or like the east of us?
It blocked your path to the north.
Okay, cool. And Miles got thrown where?
Miles got thrown to the east.
To the east. Okay, cool.
So I think we'll move east then, so we can kind of regroup in that general direction, try and go around.
Okay. All right, so you guys start moving. Miles, you're the only one that was knocked off of your mount right now. But your turn is coming up right after Billy's. Billy, your axe beak follows Doc. Do you shout anything to Miles or anything?
I think I will. But first, what is around us? Is it just straight plains? Is there like cactuses and stuff like that?
Empty.
What I'd like to do is ride up alongside Miles as fast as I can and hold my hand out to try to like grab him to pick him up onto the back of the axe beak so that he can like keep on moving or something like that. Do like a cool like drive-by pickup type of thing.
If you guys both roll a athletics check, and if you both beat a 14, I will allow that.
Cool. I'll be like, all right, partner, time to get off the dirt. And I'll hold out my arm as I'm running by.
23, let's do the Dominic Toretto grab.
Can I argue that I could do an acrobatics? I'll do like a weird flippy around my
Okay,
axe
describe the weird flippy. If you're gonna do a weird flippy, you have to justify
it.
it.
I'm thinking maybe it's like like trapeze people when they put their legs around the back of the little swingy thing. So I'm imagining I'm doing something like that.
You're hanging off the bottom of the axe beam?
Yes!
I'm picturing you're basically like spinning around it and using your momentum.
Yes, you took the thoughts right out of my head, Miles. Thank you so much.
You're lucky ostriches are big and that these are fantasy ostriches.
Because it's because I have the telepathy.
You know exactly what I'm thinking. So can I do acrobatics then?
I will allow it.
Good lord.
Thank God. Okay. So that is a math 15.
15. Yeah.
Dang.
Just barely.
Dope.
Woo. You are able to scoop up Miles. Your axe beak is able to use its held movement. I can say that it held all 100 feet because it didn't take any other action. So this is a dash. This axe beak takes off.
Was that my bonus or was that a full action?
That was your full action.
So yeah, I will action surge and I want to fire at the tornado. Does a 14 hit?
14 does hit. Roll that damage.
16 damage coming at
16
coming at that boy.
All right. So here's what happens. You fire. You deal a good chunk of damage to the air elemental. The creature is still looking strong. It is still looking determined. It still looks like it wants to get at you guys. So as its windy hand is chasing you, it drives to propel itself forward with its tornado-like body behind it. And then, Doc, you hear that rumbling again. Doc, you have a lot of situational awareness. You recognize that sound. You look at the feet of your animals as you are running. You recognize that you are not very far from a train track. And a huge black locomotive is charging towards you. Doc, make a perception check for me.
Where's the tracks?
Oh, 9.
9? Something in the dust kicked up from the battle with the air elemental. You see the air elemental starts to run away before it is hit by this train.
Oh.
The baby buffadillo is swept off its feet.
What?
By a giant rope. And yanked onto the back car of this 3-car train. It is charging. You guys are running. Your axe beak are dashing out about 100 feet every 6 seconds, so you're roughly able to keep up with this train. And atop the front car, you see a man with a gray, close-cut beard, a cowboy hat, and on his rolled-up button-down sleeves, you see red dragon scales. There is a fire in this man's eyes, and you guys are about to commence your final battle against the man hunting you down, Burnin' Bill Braxton. This train has been chasing you. While being attacked by this air elemental, the creature was scared off by the rumbling that you heard a few nights ago, Doc, which you realize is a large black locomotive. In the dust cloud getting kicked up, you can just barely see the baby buffadillo is yanked off its feet by a rope and onto the back car of the locomotive. And standing atop the front car, not far beyond the smokestack, is a human male, looks to be in his 50s. He's got a gray beard close cut to his face. He's got rolled up sleeves of a button-down shirt, and there's some red dragon scales on there and a fire in his eye. So he is a human, but there seems to be some type of a draconic element to him. I'm seeing some eyebrows being raised. Adam, yes.
Does any of us have like history with this dude? Just like out of
just
character?
Hearsay. Unless,
okay, cool.
Unless we want to make up a flashback right now.
We all have business with Billy Baxter or whatever. What was it? Braxton. Braxton, you son of a bitch.
Amazing. So, for the way this is going to work, I have stats for the train. The train can be targeted by things. Its speed is about equivalent to the Axebeak's dashing speed. So it's fast.
Okay.
It's a train.
That works well for us.
Yes. It is... That's all I'm going to say for now. If you guys are riding on your Axebeaks, you are able to keep up with the train. Otherwise, we're going to have to start doing some shenanigans. There are 3 cars. Adam, if you want to take your whiteboard, totally feel free.
Yes, I do.
3 cars, just draw them left to right. The leftmost one is the main car. It's got the smokestack. It's got the usual front of a train stuff. It's got the little like plow design at the front to knock stray rocks and such aside. And then there's 2 freight cars behind it. You don't see where the baby buffadillo was pulled onto. You don't see if it was pulled inside or not, because unfortunately that was just a low perception check. Adam has drawn us a beautiful map of the 3 train cars. Adam, show the people.
Here's my drawing.
You are all riding on Axebeaks to the south of the train car, just barely keeping up. Miles and Billy, you are on the same one. Doc, I believe yours is a little bit ahead because you led the charge there. The baby buffadillo was swept up somewhere. What are you pointing at, Adam?
These people, where we are.
Nice.
These little circles.
Amazing. That being said, we are going to go to the top of the initiative order right now. Billy, what are you doing?
I'll say this. I can get us on the train.
Okay. Amazing. I'll say, you say that, and I'm like, all right, let's do this. So yeah, I will, I guess, delay my action and stuff. Or I guess I will delay my turn, but I'll use the Axebeak's turn to get as close to the train as possible.
Sure.
If possible.
I'll allow that. Next in the initiative order, we've got Doc. What's up?
Doc?
Question mark?
Shoot. I am mortified with what happened to the Axebeak, so I'm going to use my action to try and perceive what happened to it and where it went. And that way I can, tell the guys where to go, where I can go.
The buffadillo or the Axebeak?
Okay, I thought you were going to say, the wounded Axebeak, which is very benevolent of you, but your charge is being kidnapped.
No.
Yeah, Buffadillo. Damn. Jesus Christ, that's a nat 1.
Doc, you got no idea. All you have is you see a big scare-looking train in front of you.
Can I give a luck point to someone else? I don't know if that's how it works, but I'd like to.
Nah.
Damn.
I think I'm just so kind of overwhelmed with everything, with the Axebeak suddenly getting swept away. God bless it.
They really want that ostrich.
God bless it. With the Buffadillo being swept away and the poor Axebeak that's over there injured and the giant tornado and a huge black train. I'm just like, ah! I guess we'll use my Axebeak's turn to maintain with the train until I get a better idea of the situation.
All right. So, that being said, it moves to the enemies. You don't know what's going on inside the train. However, a firebolt spell hits the Axebeak that Billy and Miles are riding on, dealing a total of...
No!
It's not the one that was injured before, right?
No.
No, it's not.
You lucky bastards.
I got pulled off that one.
You lucky bastards. A firebolt spell swirls through the air from the front car, collides with the Axebeak. It squawks in pain.
Beatrice!
And now there is a pistol shot from the same area. That's definitely gonna hit. It's a natural 16 plus a lot. Does a 24 hit you, Miles?
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna take 8 points of piercing damage. Just a 1-2 punch of firebolt gun. Okay. From the front of the train, and in the distance you hear a "Come and get me, boys!"
Braxton! I shake
we know each other? That was kind of vaguely established.
Is that your name?
Yeah, it's Bill Braxton.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'm gonna get you. You don't shoot my friends.
I'll do it again.
Oh, that guy.
we haven't met. You had an appointment with me once, but you were too late. I think you were dragging your feet.
Bill Braxton drags whatever he wants to drag.
Maybe we should make an acquaintance, friend.
How about I shoot you in the teeth?
How about you come out here and say it to my face?
Hey, let's scale back the rhetoric, okay? Let's scale it back.
Yeah. Let's be
cordial. Oh, there was a dragon
like.
joke. Oh, you're funny, Miles.
Okay, so I am going to use my free use of telepathic leap to psychically move 30 feet up on top of the train. And then I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
To spend one of my side die to pull Billy Gamble up on there too.
I also have extra jumping speed being a satyr, so it might make it easier.
Yeah.
Is that something?
I mean, it's just 30 feet that I could just be come on.
You don't even need to roll for this. Miles, using your telekinetic abilities, you launch you and Billy onto the top of the train. Each of these train cars, by the way, is about 40 feet long. They are pretty big.
Sure.
Dope.
So it would take a while to cross them. You actually have trouble seeing Braxton with the smoke that's coming.
Oh, right.
From the top.
Okay.
So right now he is obscured, and he is kind of just standing in the middle of this smoke. So that, anything else you want to do for your turn, Miles?
I guess I'll move up as far as I can.
Sure.
Use my free action to hit. I need healing. So Doc knows I need healing.
Okay.
And then I will also point out that Billy has a held action for after he got on top of the train.
Yep.
So.
Yes. Very, very true.
You could maybe dash or try and make a shot at the obscured.
Hell yes. So, I guess you lift me up on there and I get down. I'm like, oh, geez. Thank you. I hate it when you do that. But I thank you kindly. And I would like to first drop down as close as I can, on all fours.
Like you're knocking yourself prone?
Yeah, knocking myself
give
prone.
Ranged attacks disadvantage against you?
Yes, knocking myself prone so that hopefully the smoke goes above my head and I can see his feet.
Oh, that's what you're going for. I'll allow it.
Amazing.
You know how smoke works. You know that smoke rises. Science rules. Go for it.
I drop down. I'm like,
we've established paper barely exists in this world,
and nobody knows how to say telepathy.
Fireworks.
And I'm
it's
like,
impressive for this world. Yeah.
So I get down. I'm like, time for you to take a knee, and then I'll shoot at both of his little footies.
Hoo-wee! Make those attack rolls.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna use a luck point on that first one. It's an 18.
That hits.
One. And then there's a 17 to hit.
17 just barely hits.
Shit. Okay. That is a 23 damage on the first one. And you know what? I'd like to spend my little thingy, whatever the hell that thing is.
Maneuver?
My maneuver to have him drop a weapon if he's holding one in his hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he make a roll for that?
He has to.
Strength
I
saving
add
throw.
extra damage, but yeah, he has to make a strength save. It's a DC 15.
The damage always happens, but the secondary effect is.
I'm just gonna say, this guy's stats are crazy. This guy's stats are crazy across the board. His dump stat is strength.
Yes.
He rolled a 2 for a 1. So his pistol clatters to the ground, and because that's so dang clever, falls off of the train.
All right. And for the second attack, that's a 13 damage.
Okay, so a total of 36.
Oh my God! Here we go. Nice. So I'd like to. So bam, bam, and then I would like to roll, and then try to grab the side of the train and go inside of the car.
Woo! Okay.
It's like an acrobatics or something.
I will allow this to be acrobatics. Are you going through the window then?
Yeah.
Or through the top.
Are these box cars or these passenger cars?
Oh, sorry. These are freight cars. So
okay.
How exactly would acrobatics get you inside of this?
I guess if there is there any open doors, or are they all closed?
They are all closed.
Windows?
Actually, ooh.
Someone just shot a firebolt.
So the firebolt came from Braxton up top.
Oh, okay.
But there was an animal pulled into the thing. The side door of the car is right now still open.
Okay, dope.
So if you can swoop yourself down into the car, you can get in.
Yeah, so I'd like to grab the side of the boxcar and kind of do like a little, swoop inside, do a flip, land.
Right.
Hopefully there's nothing horrible in here because I'm getting right in the middle of it.
You're car number 3?
Yes, we're on the back car number 3.
You swoop down. As you land in the middle of car number 3, you hear in duality. And from the darkness, you see a 2-headed hyena-like creature, a death dog, waiting inside the car for you.
Wrong car. And does these? I know that's like the end of my turn, but to get from car to car, they at least have like doors at the front of them.
Yeah, there's doors at the front of them. You can either cross on car level through the cars or over the top.
Do these? Is the death dog between me and the door, or is it near the back of the boxcar?
It is actually near the back.
Dope. I'd like to. Oh no! I shot.
That's your whole turn,
I can't
dude.
do my thing. Dang it. Okay.
Oh.
I believe shooting Billy Braxton was the held action, and then we went in to Billy's turn.
Oh, is it back
he was
at my
next
turn
in
again?
initiative order. So this would just be a movement in. Is what I would say.
That was a held action to make your attacks there. Billy, you get one more action. What do you do?
Okay.
And then it's Doc next.
I want to try to get as far to the end of the car and then try to hide.
Make a stealth check. Against this dog that has 2 noses. No problem.
Oh my god. So that is a 21 to stealthies.
Alright. Yeah, you rolled a 21. You feel pretty hidden behind these boxes. Braxton is going to take a legendary action. He looks to you on top of the train, Miles. He grins, waves through the smoke, opens a hatch on the top of the front car, and jumps into it. Doc,
That's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah, I know. Somebody's gonna be like,
I was worried when I heard legendary action. I peed a little.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's time. With everything that's happened, you guys are going to see. So typically with an Asmar, what happens is they have incorporeal wings that will form whenever they choose to use their Radiant Soul. In the case of Doc, what happens are these 2 crimson wings shoot out of his back, spraying blood as it rips out of his skin. These are feathers that are solid objects to the point of being sharp as knives. And this is incredibly painful. Like, the wings are dripping with blood as this happens.
The exciting part is, he changes to a war cleric when he does his Radiant Soul. So, Doc, please describe what you are looking like right now and what the hell is happening to you. Your friends are in danger. A lot of animals are getting hurt. I think you are... Oh god, there's an outfit change. I think something is happening now.
Here we go. Some little horns,
Doc,
I hope. Here we go.
Doc is
he's just slicking his hair back. I was expecting red sunglasses. Okay.
Super Saiyan.
Oh, no.
Oh,
yes.
Red scarf.
We're going full scarf here, red scarf, hair slicked back. Doc is, I gotta get a little into the red here. And so Doc's wings fucking they explode from his back. You hear just these drums sounding all around. Boom, 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 boom. The sounds of war as Doc levitates up off his bird onto the top of the train. And you see Doc reach out his hand as feathers come from his wing and form into this giant halberd. Doc rests the halberd across his shoulders and uses his wings to just boost forward and flies, does a full dash action across the first 2 train cars and moves forward.
Oh my goodness.
And that is
I don't think your friends have seen this before, have they?
And
Only Miles
No.
sees it because he's on top.
Yeah, I'm not
Billy!
sure. I'm like, what's going on?
Billy, I think Doc has a hot brother. Billy.
What? What are you talking about? I mean, I'm sneaking. I can't respond.
Oh,
I was about to say, too, what are you talking about?
Shit.
So yeah, that is. I would do more heals and stuff, but right now that is my action for
No
the turn.
violence.
Violence.
I'm not sure how long the train cars themselves are, but
Each of them is 40
supposedly,
feet,
yes.
so you are around the middle of the second car right now. Maybe you kind of like falcon land with the wings behind you on top.
Yes, 100%.
It is now the enemies. So first situation, this death dog's gonna make a perception check. Are you kidding me? Despite having proficiency, it rolled a natural 4. So this creature is sniffing around the third car. Billy, it is not able to detect you. The top of car number 1, the hatch opens again. Braxton, like, puts his forearms up and yoinks himself up, makes eye contact with you, Doc, and he says, well, well, well. Looks like we both got some special blood in us, don't we?
You just see Doc's eyes glowing red.
You like the color red? I do too. Make a dexterity saving throw. 17?
Yep.
The person who rolled the dice.
Doc, you take half damage from this fireball, whatever. Take 9 points of fire damage. I'm so mad. I was like, oh man, I can't wait to hit them with the fireball! And you make a DC 17 save. Alright, whatever.
That's a natural DC 17. My dex plus is 0.
Alright, so, that is Braxton's turn. He uses his movement to duck back inside the car. The side of car 2 opens, and a few other bullets are shot up at you, Doc. Tell me if any of these hit.
Okay. DC 19. Or 18, sorry.
So 18 just hits.
Okay.
Doc, you take 7 points of piercing damage. One of these bullets fires through your wings.
Cool.
Another one, natural 5 is not going to hit, and a third. That is a 19, so that does hit. You take another 12 points of piercing damage.
Ow!
Bullets fire up at you.
Okay, so my question for you, did any of these guys, as they came out of the car to shoot, did any of them come within 10 feet of me to do so?
You are on top of the car. I
am. So if they're going to peek their heads up, is that within 10 feet of me?
I'm going to do what we do on the podcast. I'm going to roll a d6.
Fair.
If it's a 4, 5, or 6, this is in your favor, whether the car is 10 feet high or not. Yeah. Yeah.
So upset.
So each person now, because one of the proficiencies that my character has is Polearm Master, each one of those individuals who entered that 10-foot radius now gets an opportunity attack from my polearm.
Maybe giving you a whole second character machine because of this sheet.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah, whatever. Okay, it's fine. All 3 of them are gonna take Polar Master attacks, I guess? Or is it one reaction? Do all of them get hit?
No, it's the way Polearm Master is worded. Anybody who enters into my space incurs an attack of opportunity.
Okay, yeah, whatever. Roll that damage. Yeah, it's fine.
I still have to roll the hit.
Yeah.
2 misses. You got lucky.
Okay, so middle one gets hit by your bladed feather polearm.
14 points of damage.
He's dead. Please describe how you miss your strikes at the other guys who are coming up to hit you. Please describe how you take out one of them.
I think what it is when they shoot me, it's just kind of a reaction, not even looking. The polearm spins around and does this swipe. 2 of them duck out of the way in time. The other one just gets fully decapitated.
Okay. The body tumbles as it falls out of the car and hits the ground. It's Miles.
Billy!
There's
Doc's
so much
brother
going on.
likes decapitation as much as me. I think I'll just full dash to try and get to
Braxton.
Braxton.
All right.
And then I'll use my handy dandy second wind to heal 1d10 plus my fighter level as a bonus action.
All right, so you run past Doc as you do so, taking a deep breath and stealing your fighter will against the wounds you've taken. Do you say anything to Doc as you run past him?
Great job with the decapitation. Great job. Absolutely 10 out of 10 decapitation there. And I get 11 HP back.
Fantastic. You are now on top of car number 1 where Braxton is.
Sure. Get your ass out here, Braxton. And it's not gonna kick itself unless that's part of your magic powers. I don't know if you have magic powers that let you kick your own ass, but...
They got mage foot.
I can do whatever the hell I want with my magic powers, but the only ass I'll be kicking is yours.
Well, you gotta come up here to do it. So do it.
No!
That checks out.
I feel like this is a bit of a like mini flashback with me and Miles maybe for a second, if you'll allow it. I'll be like, as we're like riding in on the axe beak, I'll be like, so you want to corner him? I could go in maybe from the front, maybe you come in from the back or something. I think if we can get him in a good space, maybe we can get him. What do you think?
Yeah, I like that. I'll be up front, you be in the back.
Okay,
Pincer.
all right. I'll come in through the back then.
Provided that Doc doesn't have some magical transformation that makes him into a god of war and death that could murder people in an instant hit. This is a plan we're making. Provided that does not happen.
What's the likelihood that that's even gonna happen?
Yeah, he's just
Hey guys, what are you talking about?
Oh, nothing.
just talking.
Nothing, milkman.
No. Keep on milking.
Love you, Doc. So my plan is to first, I want to try to stop the train and then double back. But it depends on how far I can go.
Okay.
So
each of these cars is 40 feet long. You are at the front end of the third car.
Cool. So I'm wanting to not move through the cars, but do the whole like climbing on the outside of the car so I don't get shot by the guys on the inside.
You're gonna need one hell of a check for that.
Yes. So what I'd like to do is just like pretty much dash with my action and my bonus to try to get as far as I can to the front while doing the acrobatics.
Okay,
if that's
shit,
possible.
sure. Yeah.
Double dash.
Yeah, of course. Roll. I don't think this quite fits under athletic or acrobatics, so let's just make it a general dexterity check, no proficiency bonus added.
God.
I'm going to say the DC now. It's a 16.
Come on, Martha. I don't know, Martha. All right. Oh, yeah.
Why did you say that name?
I don't know.
Why did you say the name?
How do you know my mother?
That is a 19.
Okay, you
I rolled
lucky
15.
bastard. You leap from your hiding spot. The death dog detective goes for you, but the door slams on its face just in time. You are now in between cars 2 and 3. The of the train is echoing in your ears. You start to clamber on the side. Since everything happens in such quick succession, you see that one of the men that Doc slammed with one of his feathers falls to the ground, tumbling past you.
What in the hell? And then
he hasn't seen any of this yet.
Yeah, I'm like, what is feather? Anyways, I hope we don't have to fight someone else. And then I go on the outside, and then I start crawling, climbing along the outside, I guess, of the second car. How close do I get?
With your double dash?
I have 35 movement normally. So I mean, being a satyr, I guess, is 35 movement.
Yeah, you're really hoofing it.
So,
yeah.
So
get out of here.
correct me if I'm wrong. 35 plus 35 plus 35, is that 105? Yes. Either way, that's a lot. Where do you want to go? You can go anywhere in the world. Oh, the places you'll go.
I'd like to get to the front of the train, like where like, is someone driving the train? I would like to get up to that box. I'm imagining like the old trains where it's kind of like open.
This is closed. This thing is closed. This is
okay.
A little closer to Hogwarts Express. Just
okay,
in terms
dope.
Of, structure.
Okay, so then I guess I will get to the door to enter into it, and then I will wait.
Okay.
For my next turn, because I can't really do anything else.
All right. And as we know, goats are good at climbing rocks, climbing mountains. You actually don't have much trouble hopping back and forth between these things.
All right, my spurs.
Braxton legendary action. The door opens in your face. He goes, hello, and he's going to make an attack against you. He opens the door down below, so he is in Billy's face right now.
Okay.
Billy, make a dexterity saving throw, DC 7.
Does a 25 save? I'm not quite sure. Can I get a Wild West of Yeehaw?
It does. You kind of duck out of the way of this Agnazar Scorcher that blasts through the door. You take 12 points of fire damage.
Ow, shoot!
I forgot to, since he's a Draconic Blood Sorcerer, that fireball should have done a little bit more damage. It's fine. I'll make sure I remember it next time, like I did now.
Rogues basically have resistance to fire damage, let's be real.
I feel like the flames go right above me and it burns my toothpick off.
It burns in your mouth. Braxton says, "And stay out," and slams the door.
You don't say stay out to me, son. And then I get back up ready to enter next turn.
All right. Next in the order is going to be our friend Doc. Doc, what do you do?
Doc kind of looks down at his wounds that are bleeding, and he kind of like takes some of the blood, and then he licks it, and then he grins wickedly. And then he clocked where the guy's been popping in and out of shit. Bill Braxton's been up at the first car now. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to take my 30 feet of movement, and I'm going to cast my spiritual weapon right on top of his ass. And I'm going to do it at 3rd level.
Jesus Christ. Please describe what the hell your spiritual weapon looks like, Doc.
Oh, man.
Also, is your alter ego Doc, or is it COD? Like, is your name backwards?
Call of Duty.
Is it Snevex?
Call of Duty, it's your turn. Please describe what your spiritual weapon looks
like.
He's not a demon, okay?
Snevex Wemalathrab?
All right. So I think that his visualization of the spiritual weapon is going to be kind of like a minor embodiment of his father. And so,
what?
Yeah, you just see just like this visage.
A red rage man.
Yeah, of a red rage man. And he just pops up next to him and just starts pommeling the shit out of him. Nat 20, baby! And this is casted.
Okay.
We're killing Braxton. He's dead.
Leave my enemies alone!
No.
How much damage do you do?
28 damage with the spiritual weapon.
Amazing. Yeah. And remind me, did you go into the first car, or are you still on top of it?
No, I can cast the spell within 60 feet, so I moved an additional 30 feet and cast the spell right inside next to him.
Okay. I will allow that. Remind me how much damage it dealt?
28.
Okay.
And that's a bonus action.
Cheese and crackers.
That's fine. No problem. So as you see Braxton open the door, blast your friend in the face, you're like, gotcha. And as Braxton slams the door, only the players can, the audience can see this. The door slams, Braxton goes, and from behind him, this red thing comes and bam, 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 just punches him a bunch of times as your stand does 28 points of damage.
Yes, my stand. Yes. Fucking JoJo. Cool. Then as my action, I am going to cast Breath of Vitality and take 8 points of healing.
Okay, casual. All right. It's the enemies now.
Oh boy.
Once again, Bill Braxton opens up the door, and
Get out of
Billy
here.
Gamble, you can see inside the first car now. You see Bill Braxton, red dragon scales on each of his forearms, on his rolled up sleeves. Standing behind him is a Goliath woman who's got a rope at her side. She's got a mask over her face, and she has the baby Buffadillo hog-tied in the front of the car.
Oh.
She seems to be the one driving the train, and she seems to be the one that hooked the baby Buffadillo in. And from behind you, because you are in between cars 1 and 2, the door opens. Now, this was the car that all those gunners were in that fired at Doc. You see a gunner that did not reveal herself to Doc. You see a dwarven woman with a big shoulder-mounted cannon, some type of artillerist, pointed at you. So you are in between a bunch of guys right now, Billy.
I don't like this. I'd like it to not be that. If you...
The Goliath woman takes a light hammer off her belt, and she's going to make 2 throwing attacks at you, Billy. Does a 28 hit?
No. Yes.
Billy, you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as the light hammer slams into you. Second one. Does 22 hit? Yeah, it does.
Yes.
This one's gonna deal,
Shit.
6 points of bludgeoning damage to you as she's just taking hammers off the side of the front car and slamming you with them. How you looking, Billy?
I'm looking about half. Not that great.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then at that moment, you hear a cocking of a giant cannon behind you, and this dwarven artillerist woman is gonna fire her eldritch cannon at you. That's cocked. Oh, does a 17 hit?
Yeah.
Alrighty. That's a 7. 9 points of force damage. You are shoved 5 feet into car number 1 from this blast from behind. You are now...
I was on the side of the car. Like,
Oh.
I was like on the side of the car.
Oh,
like
okay.
trying to get into car number 1. So I was imagining they were like leaning over the side, so I
Yeah,
probably got
yeah.
shot off of the train.
Okay, so in that case, make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can hold on to the train.
Okay.
It's
How
gonna be
much
real bad if you
damage
fail.
was that for the cannon this last
The
time?
cannon did... What did I say? Let's say 10. Let's say 10.
Oh, great. That means
I
I'm looking
see-
very
can I-
bad.
Can I see Billy?
Yeah, you can see Billy.
He's gonna take a little less damage.
Oh, thank God.
He's gonna take 9 less damage from that.
Woo!
Oh my God. Because I was
Billy,
I
they're
was
gonna shoot you!
what? Sorry, a bunch of hammers coming at me. You said dex save?
Yep.
Oh, okay, I did pretty good. 22.
Yeah. You are slammed by this, but you are able to hook on with your hand. Your hooves are kind of like skimming the ground every few seconds. It's not looking good. Bill Braxton looks down at you, Billy, as you are hanging off the side. And he says, "There's only enough room for one Billy on this train." He's going to step out to the side. He is going to step hard on your fingers. Make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh no.
He has like no strength. This guy weighs 40 pounds soaking wet. Come on.
It'll be a lower DC than usual.
Can
Say
I
it's
use
14.
Can I use a luck point
course you can.
to even that out?
Of course you
So
can.
just one roll? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'll
sure,
do
why
that. Okay, 18.
You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you feel your finger stepped on. One of your fingers lets go. Your gambling finger lets go, but all the others are still hanging onto the side of this train.
Gambling finger.
You know what they
Amazing.
say about a gambling finger. I think pretty much everyone just unloaded on Billy this turn. I don't think
Yeah.
I have any enemies left.
Oh,
So it's going to move next in the initiative now to Miles.
So you said Mr. Braxton is hanging off the side of this train?
Yes, he is. He is stepping on your friend's fingers.
Cool.
Now!
I would like to
God,
approach,
this was a mistake.
and I would like to attempt to grapple Mr. Braxton.
Okay, so you're hopping down and you're gonna try to grab him, okay?
Yeah.
Ooh, does he have advantage on that? Because he's focused on me and he has height advantage?
He doesn't need advantage.
Ah, damn. Okay.
24.
Yeah, you got a 6. I shouldn't have told you
Okay.
his dump status strength. How do you grab onto this guy? This is a lot going on the side of this
Yeah.
train. You're
No,
holding
no.
on with one hand.
I
What
grab
happens?
him, and I say, I like grab him kind of by underneath the arms as I'm like hanging off, and I say, "Hey, Braxton, we're about to go off the rails." And then since I can use half my movement while I have a creature grappled, I'm gonna jump 15 feet off this train
Hell yes.
and tackle him down into the sand.
You're each gonna take 66 of falling damage. You each take
Hell yeah.
23 points of falling damage as you each slam into the ground there.
Okay, now can I reduce that with my psychic die?
Yeah, whatever,
I think I
okay.
can.
Hell yes.
That's a good thing because otherwise I would have been unconscious.
Oh,
So now I have 5 hit points as I like wrestle him down. And technically speaking, that's just one attack and one movement.
Uh-huh.
So I'm also gonna hit him.
Go for it.
It's beautiful.
Natural 20.
Woo! Yeehaw!
The gods heard.
Phil, I'm
How
gonna be
sick this
I'm
was.
gonna be straight with you, Phil. This man had 110 HP. You dropped him by 90 between everything that happened here. A lot
drop
could
him
happen
by,
on this roll.
15. Because I got 2 5s, so 1 would be a 6.
All right. One hell of a crack across his face. Now the train is going to be in the initiative order, by the way, because
fine.
you guys are on the ground. But you crack this guy in the face. The train is leaving you behind. A tooth flies out of his mouth, and he goes, "You son of a bitch!"
Yeah, we're the sons of gun. Actually.
If Matt wasn't going to give it to you, I was going to, because I'm like, it's right there! Anything else on your turn, Phil? You are off the train.
Yeah, I think cowabungaing off the train and headbutting this dude, I think that's going to be enough for me.
All right.
Round.
Top of the order.
I wish I still had my action surge because I could just bamf myself back up to the top of the train and wave, but I don't, so I'm here. And I'm hoping that he isn't able to kill 5 HP worth of hit points on his turn.
The train is going to move on the enemy's initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So you've got a few turns. Billy, it's your turn.
All right. Here's my plan. So, for second wind, is that that's a bonus action?
It's a bonus
Okay,
action,
dope. So here's what I would like to do. Since I'm on the side of the first car, what I want to do is go up and be in front of the smokestack. So pretty much putting the smokestack in between me and all the enemies, so using it as cover. Then when I'm there, I'd like to take out my rope, because we all got explorers packs, and throw the rope back to see if I want to tie it to the smokestack so that Miles can have the chance to grab onto the rope to crawl back on. And then hopefully do a second wind. Would that be possible? Because I'm moving, tying the rope, and then
Because of your camaraderie, I would allow Miles to grab it with a reaction.
What I'll also say is Doc was going to take care of Miles. So if you wanted to do
I
something
don't even know what you're doing. I don't know what you're all
when you
about.
say take care of as this new dog,
I'm gonna decapitate him.
I feel like
it's pronounced desapitate. Thank you.
Of course.
Is this like an athletics check to grab it?
Yep. DC 18, because it's a moving train.
How about DC a 19?
Stop!
Ooh,
No! Are you
hell
kidding
yes.
me?
We did 2 Dominic Toretto arm extended out grabs.
Yeah.
How do you
Yes.
keep beating my shit by like 2?
I'm like,
I have +7 athletics,
Okay,
so like
okay.
I'm good at it.
Okay.
looks like you need a bit of a lift there, Miles. Get out,
I know
Matthew.
I can always count on you.
Got them smiles for me.
Braxton goes, "What the?" And pow, I imagine Miles is yanked
Dislocates your shoulder.
by the train.
Yeah.
Anything else on your turn, Billy?
I'll sort of like climb up, sort of like standing at the front of the train. Do I see anything like? Are we approaching a bridge that's like collapsed and the train's gonna fly off of that or anything like that?
No, you are not.
Okay,
They would
cool.
not send their own train careening over a bridge.
I'm like on the train. I look over my shoulder. Is there? Okay, no. Okay, good. Seen too many plays, and then I'll tie the rope on, say the thing, and then just kind of take a breath, get some like of my health back a little bit, and then I'll put my back to the smokestack and pull out my guns, waiting for my next turn.
And Braxton's gonna take a legendary action as he sees Miles yanked.
I cut the rope. No, I was just kidding.
Oh,
Shit.
hey Billy, does a natural 20 hit you?
Me? I'm behind a fucking smokestack on the
Yeah,
beginning.
he rolled a
front of the
natural
train.
20. That
No,
ignores
it
cover.
doesn't.
You take 28 points of fire damage
Well,
from around the smokestack.
Oh shoot! I used my reaction to grab the rope. Otherwise, I would be like uncanny dodge.
You
No,
watch
you don't
your-
have it. You multi-classed.
wait. I can use a luck point to have him re-roll. I can do that. That is a thing, and that's the last luck point that I have left. I would like him to re-roll.
Yes!
All right, I'm going to expose my setup here because this is going to be important. We're going to box of doom it.
Yeah, box of doom, baby.
He has a +9 to hit.
Yeah.
Watch it. Watch, it's not even going to matter.
It's a 13. It still hits. It's just not a crit.
That one.
Yeah, it's like half damage now, basically.
Oh my god.
Basically.
How much, sorry?
14.
Whoo! I would have been out, unconscious on the front of the train. I would probably go under it and died if not for that.
Yeah, we're all like just right on the edge.
Billy, I think there's a moment where as you rescue your friend, some vision comes to you of what could happen. And just in time, your eyes kind of like shoot open and you just barely duck behind your arm so that your forearm is burned by this attack. You barely hang on to the front of this train as it thunders forward. Braxton is starting to be left behind, and right after Doc's turn, the train will continue barreling forward. Doc, what do you do?
Bonus action, we are going to spiritual weapon on the Goliath gal.
Okay, go for it. Roll to hit. 23?
Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna hit.
17 points of damage.
Spiritual weapon's so good to upcast. Oh my god.
Yeah, I realized that in a high level game. I was like, why did I cast this at first level? All right, so you do a big chunk of damage as your rage boy pummels her a little bit more. She gets into a bit of a wrestling match with the stand here. What do you do with the rest of your turn?
How is not my Billy, but their Billy looking?
He's looking almost dead, and the train is leaving him behind. He's like on one knee, the firebolt still sizzling out of his hand that he just fired.
I think I'm gonna cock one eyebrow, kind of look over my shoulder at him, and what is mechanically guiding bolt, I'm gonna shoot off a series of feathers at him.
Okay, Hawks. Yeah, roll to hit.
That is going to be a 22.
Roll damage, please.
18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. You had 5 HP. Doc?
Yeah!
As the train is leaving, burning Bill Braxton behind, what do you do?
I just kind of like I said earlier, I just kind of look over my shoulder. I don't really even acknowledge him. I just kind of point two of my fingers, and feathers fly out and just shoot right through his throat.
Okay. All of these feathers slam Braxton in the throat. He coughs up blood, and you see his body fall backwards, arms splayed out in the sand as the train thunders forward. You took out the guy chasing you down. There is still a baby buffadillo to rescue. Now it would be the enemy's turn next. But those of you who could see into the first car might see the baby buffadillo's eyes start glowing white. You hear a whistle of the wind. This Goliath woman is going to make a strength saving throw. Ooh. That's not good. She takes 24 points of bludgeoning damage as an air elemental swirls out of the baby buffadillo for a brief second, slamming her into the side of the car. The creature starts to struggle, glowing. All of the runes on its back start glowing as well. It is now the enemy's turn. The Goliath woman, her mask falls off. She goes, "What in tarnation?" She sees you, Doc, on the roof, and she starts stomping over to you, and she says, "You just took out my husband. Now I'm gonna take out you!"
And as she enters my range, I'm going to do an attack.
Oh, you bastard!
Hey, Julian, does a 17 hit?
Yeah, it's gonna do it.
That's gonna do it? Okay. Let's see how we feel about that. Oh, I'm rolling wrong. That's a D8. I need a D10.
For the record, she got very hurt by that tornado attack. She's still fine, but she got
Cool. How does she feel about 10 more points of damage?
All right, yeah, she's hurting.
Yeah, I feel like the tornado really funneled the damage in her direction.
Yeah, you might err on the side of correctness. She's looking hurt as you slam into her. She's going to
Storm.
make her 2 attacks on you, though. She's just going to start wailing on you. She's going to start punching you. That's a 21 to hit.
It's gonna hit.
And a natural 20.
Oh, that's gonna hit. I might go down.
And I don't believe you have a way to abate that, right?
Nope, I do not.
First one.
I don't have a reaction until after the enemy turn.
The normal punch just deals 6 points of damage.
Okay.
The other deals... That's 12. 17. See, Doc, you take a total of 23 points of bludgeoning damage, slammed into your face by this angry woman.
I have exactly 7 hit points left.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't even know this is happening, unfortunately. I'm just like, what's going on up there?
I'm behind the smokestack, and I'm sure that whatever is happening over there is good.
And finally, the last of your assailants, the dwarven woman with the arm cannon, gets up on top. They are both standing facing down Doc. Doc, does a 16 hit you?
No.
The shot fires and misses.
My wings deflect the shot off.
2 enemies left, y'all. They are both on top of the train. Miles, it's your turn. You are hanging on to this rope. What do you do?
I'll use my last side eye to just throw myself up on top of the train and try to interpose myself between Doc's edgy brother and this orc woman. Are they in melee range? Or
Yes,
Goliath?
Goliath,
Oh,
yeah. They are in melee range, and then the artillerist is a few feet behind her.
I'll get right up in the artillerist's face then.
Okay. And this is a teleport, you said?
It's not a teleport, it's like just a psychic leap. So
Okay.
like, it's just throwing myself
Okay.
on.
Same teleport.
It's a Ness/Sora double jump, and
It is.
like, throw yourself on top.
Oh my god, Sora's so fun, by the way. And we can talk about that later.
We'll talk.
but
We'll talk.
I'm just... yoink.
Boom! You land on the back, or on the front of this car.
Why don't you shoot someone your own size?
She says something to you in Dwarvish. Can you understand Dwarvish?
I can!
There's a snake in my boot.
God, I didn't think about what she said. I said that so I wouldn't have to think of something.
She spoke in Old Dwarvish.
I believe you.
Okay. I just wanted to show that I didn't type anything or anything where I was like, I need another language, and you said elves and dwarves were common here.
She
so I was
says,
like, okay.
she says under her breath, maybe I'll shoot my shot with you because I really like your mustache.
Well, hold on. Your boss is gone. Do you
Miles,
want to join up with the Sons of God?
Miles, that was your
Everyone
turn.
stops.
Billy, your turn is next. Her turn is in for a few secs.
So, from my understanding, all the bad guys are on top of the train, correct?
Yes, they are.
Excellent. So, I would like to just pop right inside of the conductor car. Just get on in there, and then I want to pull the little whistle thing twice, and I want to communicate to my friends that I'm gonna be pulling the brakes. And that is what I would like to do, so that they grab onto something, and then everyone else does not, so they get flung. So that is my intention here. I guess, can I roll something to communicate to them? Like maybe a deception to the bad guys?
I'll allow deception.
something?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
allow deception.
That is a 28, sir.
So, the train lurches. Doc and Miles, you recognize that symbol of a train whistle as that it's about to stop. You may both secure yourselves as you'd like. The Goliath woman goes, "What the?" and slips off, taking 66 falling damage. The Goliath woman, bam, slams the ground, dies on impact. The dwarf woman is the only one left. Miles, you're raising a finger.
Can I use my reaction to try and catch her and stop her from going off the train?
Athletics check, she's right next to you, so the DC is 12.
Love!
Okay.
True love!
That's 23.
That's 23. So as the train stops, you grab onto her. She stares in your face. She's a pale dwarf woman. She's got a little bit of stubble on her face. Some like various smudges of like coal on her face because it seems like she works on the train a lot. She stares into your eyes and she says, in Dwarvish, you have a beautiful smile.
I say, in Dwarvish, you seem like a cold lady.
And you catch her holding on to this dwarven woman. The train slows to a halt. And it seems like Burnin' Bill Braxton and his crew have been defeated.
Well, shoot. Everyone all
Where's
right
Doc?
up there?
I just didn't murder someone. Where's Doc?
Hey, who's that? Who's that fella up there? Hey, you, Mr. Red Wings. Thanks for helping out. You look awfully familiar.
Do you know Doc?
He likes to do a lot of stuff with milk. Does that ring any bells?
As you
Pacifist.
say that, I think you say Doc and that kind of clicks something, and you see the wings kind of suck back into the body, again, just kind of rending flesh as they do, leaving 2 scars across his back. And Doc,
I guess we could change it.
reappears, bloodied. And he's on like 7 HP, so he's not doing so hot. Guys, what happened?
I think you turned into a monster, man. I didn't murder this woman. I think we're gonna get a sarsaparilla. Do you like sarsaparilla?
Wait, you didn't kill someone?
Yeah, well, you killed someone. You did. I tried to kill Braxton, but it wasn't going well, and then you just sort of like turned around and like it was just like over your shoulder. It was very scary.
Very quietly, this dwarvish woman is standing next to you and she like pats you on the leg and says to herself in dwarvish, "These thighs are spectacular."
Miles has great eyes. Miles has great thighs.
Now, I don't speak Dwarvish, but I know something sexual when I
Phil,
hear
I
it.
give you an inch and you take a miles.
I do.
Bill!
Hey!
Hey! We saved the buffadillo.
Doc, I don't know what happened, but I mean, when you said you had an inner demon, I had no idea.
Yeah, that wasn't a metaphor like Billy's.
My gambling problem, which I really need to get a check on. I think it.
Did he come out?
He's got a name? What is it? Is your name backwards? You don't have to tell me.
No, if I give it a name, then it makes it real. It wasn't supposed to be real. It's just supposed to be my dreams.
It was pretty real to me. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, that was tangible.
Yeah. Hey, who's your
Flesh and blood.
door
A
friend?
lot of blood, actually.
Yeah.
What is your name, Miss?
Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla?
Sounds
I
good.
Like sarsaparilla. This guy likes milk.
That's
Who's
very strange. She's
Really
covered in
hot
blood.
milk in the desert.
Yeah.
It's piping hot milk in the desert. I don't understand. Maybe that's why he has like demons coming out of him, because he's drinking milk in the desert.
Drink some water.
Lactose intolerance has killed many friends of mine.
Miles? Milk is full of calcium. It's good for you.
My bones are plenty strong. I just jumped off a train today, and I'm still kicking. It's gonna hurt to kick for a few days, but
Shoot. Hold on. I just, Billy holds up his hands. Hold on a second. Miss Sarsaparilla, why are you why are you all trying to get this little buffadilla here? I mean, what's so special? Why are you trying to kill us all? This was crazy.
There's a lot of people. We'll say that you all are inside the train, so there's not the rush of everything around you. She starts to tell you, she says, there's a lot of people on this continent who have no interest in peace, for whom it is far more profitable for everyone to continue being at war. Dealers of and manufacturers of guns like those ones that you have right now.
Spark stones?
They are, yes.
Doc kind of sits back when he hears this, takes his glasses off. Fellas, I might need to ask your help. This sounds like this may be my father's doing.
Father? You never mentioned anything about your father.
Your dad wasn't the guy I threw off the train.
Oh, shit. You if that was the guy, then we got some bad news for you.
Okay.
You killed him with feathers.
You did.
My father's kind of the god of war, and if someone wants war to keep perpetuating on an island...
Whoa, hold on. What do you mean your daddy's a god? Look, I had a bad father who drank a lot, and he was not a good man, but...
My dad never gave me any praise.
Hey, you know what? You're great. I'm not your dad, but I want you to know that you're great, and you're doing real good spitting them fisties.
I'm gonna cry thinking about that later, but Doc, you're telling me that your father is the tangible, the overall, the encompassing idea of war is your father, and he wants war to continue here on the island in perpetuity.
Unless I'm wrong, that connects all the dots. Because, like, how else would he have known about that other side of me, and who else would have known about the specialty of what the Buffadillo can bring? Fellas, this looks like this is just the beginning.
And the train thunders. Now, we are going to skip a few days ahead. Now you guys are on a train, so the rest of the travel doesn't take much.
Train travel.
The train continues, and it's not more than a few hours of walking until you reach the meeting place for passing off the baby Buffadillo.
I have one question. How long does it take for us all to feel like third wheels between Miles and Sarsaparilla?
I don't know, Miles. Are you talking to Sarsaparilla along the way?
Of course I'm talking to Sarsaparilla. I wanna know where she built her gun. I wanna know what's her family like. What's she doing on the island here?
She's very introverted and whispers a lot of things to herself, some of which you do a double take at. Like, she'll be answering your questions, and then every once in a while she's like, I want that mustache to tickle my neck.
Sure, yeah.
Oh my god.
No, I think we're gonna sort of balance each other out, because I'm a pretty outgoing personality. She's more of an introverted personality. I'll draw her out of her shell, and she'll make me do a little self-reflection every now and then.
I think that's really great, Miles. I'm happy for you two. I really am happy for you two.
Thank you.
As you all walk together, you come into sight of the meeting place for exchanging the baby Buffadillo. It is at the beginning of a road that starts to slope up a big red mountain. Coming into view is a woman with dark skin, braids in her hair. She walks over to you with a very contemplative face, and she says, "Well, I'll be. You all really did an amazing job." Human woman, by the way. She puts her hands on her hips. She looks at all of you and says, "My name is Inala, head of the Stone Garden tribes out here in the Badlands, and I think you guys have made a lot of big steps forward for peace. And, I'm sorry, and you as well." She points at Sarsaparilla.
Yep, she helped us and was not a part of the enemy team at any point.
Right, yeah,
always
that's what I just said. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, all right.
She's an honorary son of a gun.
I guess it should be sons and daughters of guns now, or
children of guns,
or genderless guns.
People
of guns. Gun people.
Inala raises this eyebrow at this little discourse between the two of you. She kind of like does a heavy sigh and she says, "Regardless, you all did good." She looks to you, Billy, and says, "I believe you're the gambler that Sansa was telling me about."
I usually don't like to talk about the demon hanging on my shoulder, but you are correct, ma'am, and we're happy to bring this little Buffadillo to you safe and sound.
She walks over to the creature, which is near Doc, pets it on its fluffy fur on the back of its neck, and says, and I appreciate that. Billy, you'll be paying your debts here, with us.
What do you mean, miss?
You'll be, working to keep us safe from the darkness that's over the land.
Oh, well, I got a little. He puts his hands on his hips. I got a little thing that needs doing. I got a debt that needs to be paid right quick. I got a good friend that might be in some trouble if I don't go back there, and some stuff I got to deal with. So I don't know if I can.
That's very responsible of you. I want you to know we'll help compensate the gold partially as long as you come back here.
Sure. What's been going on here? I want to help people, but my days of being a lawman are behind me. What exactly is going on here?
We don't want you as a lawman, Billy. We want you to use some of that marksmanship of yours to good. Like I was saying, there's a lot of dark forces in Westmar. She kind of looks over to Doc. From very dangerous sources. And then she looks over to Miles and says, I think this is just the beginning of a very long, hot, dark days on this island. We could use your assistance for that, if you would so provide.
I feel like I fiddle with the badge that's in my pocket. I take it out and I'm like, well, I guess I never stopped being what this was, what this means. Guess I could try it again. Maybe.
She looks over to you, Miles.
Oh yeah, I'm here for a good time.
And Sarsaparilla quietly says to herself, a good time. And then she finally looks over to you, Doc, and says, are you with us?
You know I am.
That whistle wasn't as wet as I wanted it to be. There's a woo-woo-woo-woo that happens as the sun beams down at all of you. Is there anything you all want to say to each other before this adventure comes to a close? You say
Doc,
pew, 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 pew.
Shoot guns
I think
here.
I'll look down at Sarsaparilla, look over to Doc. You know, I think you might have a point with this whole peace thing.
You all have to start somewhere.
But how did you feel about doing the decapitation, though? Because, I mean, we both kind of dabbled into each other's areas.
I think you got some
Did I-
thinking to do, Doc.
Did I really decapitate someone?
Oh, you cut their head.
Whoop.
Oh, it was like taking the top off a mushroom.
You're like popping the top off of a sody.
Yes.
I need a glass of milk.
And on I need a glass of milk, I think our adventure comes to a close. So, we are going to leave the good people off on one word that we're all going to shout in unison to celebrate today. We'll turn it over to Phil. What's one word or phrase that we are going to shout to the people? What
Encapsulates the whole episode.
Oh, peace! Obviously.
Love
Okay, so
and
peace, obviously. So
yes.
on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Peace, obviously.
Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!